Very good evening. You're with a brand new edition of News First Primetime News. You just witnessed some of the visuals we obtained from our lenses at the protest organized by the Law Entrance Students Collective today. We have more compelling visuals later on in the news. Stay with News First.
Also in news tonight, 5 men in Delhi have been formally charged with the abduction, gang rape and murder of a 23-year-old woman. Chaotic scenes reported as lawyers denounced one of their colleagues who offered to defend the accused. News First has been closely monitoring the developments of this story and will bring you a comprehensive report later on in the bulletin. I am Nadim Majid.
And I am Punshani Edrisinghe. First, a look at the headlines.
In your headlines this evening, a writ of certiorari issued by the Court of Appeal quashing the PSA report in connection with the impeachment motion. Opposition representatives walk out from the party leaders' meeting. The vote on the impeachment debate scheduled for Friday. Opposition leader expresses views regarding the judicial process.
The Court of Appeal issued a writ of certiorari today quashing the report of the Parliamentary Select Committee which examined the impeachment motion against the Chief Justice. The writs were issued after considering an application filed by the Chief Justice.
The petition was heard before a bench comprising of the President of the Court of Appeal, S. Sriskandaraja, Justices Anil Gunaratne and A.W.A. Salam. Representing the Chief Justice, President's Counsel Romesh De Silva said that the Parliamentary Select Committee had failed to do justice to his client. After President's Counsel Romesh De Silva spoke at length this morning, Attorney General Palita Fernando made his submissions. Speaking with regard to the power to issue writs in terms of Article 140 of the Constitution, Fernando said that this article had been made invalid through other articles of the Constitution. However, the bench pointed out that the Court of Appeal has the constitutional power to inquire into and take decisions regarding the grievances of any person. The bench reiterated that this ability has not been made invalid by any article in the Constitution.
The Court of Appeal has, in regard to the determination made by the Supreme Court, held that Parliament Select Committee has no power to make any report or order, and the Parliament Select Committee report has been set aside and it has no validity now.
The three-member bench today quashed the report submitted by the 7 government members of the Parliamentary Select Committee. They quashed it after listening to submissions made by President's Counsel Romesh De Silva and Attorney General Palita Fernando.
පාලිත ප්‍රනාන්දු මැතිතුමාට සවන් දීමෙන් අනතුරුවයි. අධ්‍යාචනාධිකරණයට මගේ පාර්ශ්වයේ නියෝජනය කරමින්
At the Court of Appeal today, submissions were made on my behalf. We made submissions regarding the failure to follow proper procedure during committee sessions and when approving reports.
නැති එක පිළිබඳවත් අද අපේ පාර්ශ්වයෙන් කරුණු ඉදිරිපත් කළා. They issued a writ of certiorari. They have determined that in terms of the Supreme Court's interpretation of the Constitution, the Parliamentary Select Committee lacks legal validity, and they have also held that the Court of Appeal has full power in terms of the Constitution to issue writs of this nature.
Meanwhile, President Mahinda Rajapaksa has appointed an independent 4-member panel to review the report of the Parliamentary Select Committee which examined the impeachment motion against the Chief Justice. Presidential spokesperson Mohan Samaranayake said that the panel would commence its duties today.
Deputy Speaker Chandima Weerakodi says that the impeachment motion against the Chief Justice will be taken up in Parliament on Thursday and Friday. Now, he said that this decision was reached at the party leaders' meeting held today. Now, opposition representatives walked out of the meeting in protest over the government's decision to proceed with the impeachment motion against the Chief Justice. The party leaders' meeting commenced at about 11:30 this morning under the patronage of Speaker Chamal Rajapaksa. Opposition representatives said they oppose the proposal tabled by the government to debate the impeachment motion against the Chief Justice on Thursday and Friday. The first question we posed to the Speaker during the party leaders' meeting was whether or not the government accepts the determination of the Supreme Court. The Speaker said that he does not accept the Supreme Court's determination. So we questioned as to how we could sit in a parliament that does not accept the Supreme Court's verdict. They also decided to take up the debate on the 10th and 11th. At this instance, we said that if the Supreme Court's decision is not accepted, then it is a serious shortcoming on the part of Parliament. Therefore, we will decide whether we will participate in this debate or not, following discussions with the party leader. We discussed debating the Divinaguma bill. Subsequently, dates were set for the debate, which is the next step in the impeachment process against the Chief Justice. It was decided to hold the debate on the 10th and 11th and to call for a vote at 6:30 p.m. on the 11th. Parliament has not officially received the interpretation of the Constitution provided by the Supreme Court to the Court of Appeal. Hence, there is no need for Parliament to issue an official statement regarding it. We question the existence of the government. If a Supreme Court determination is rejected, what is the point of debating about it? Then they took an ad hoc decision to hold the debate on the 10th and 11th. We are disappointed because as Parliament is supposed to be in recess, our MPs are spread out. So we rejected this and all opposition MPs walked out.
දවසක් නෙවෙයි කියලා දැනුවත් කරලා තියෙන නිසා අපේ මන්ත්‍රීවරු හැමතැනම වීදිලා තියෙනවා. ඒ නිසා මේක අපි ප්‍රතික්ෂේප කරනවා වගේම සියලුම විපක්ෂ මන්ත්‍රීවරුන් අපි එළියට ආවා.
The party leaders' meeting was held and the government proposed that the debate be taken up on the 10th and 11th. This was passed by a majority. The other parties did not make a clear statement regarding this. We do not know what decision they will arrive at in the future. They did not walk out in protest. Everyone left after the meeting concluded.
As
the Supreme Court has the power to interpret the Constitution, our stance was that we should not debate this in Parliament. All opposition party representatives walked out of the party leaders' meeting today, expressing their protest over debating the report of the Select Committee.
දෝෂා අභියෝගය පිළිබඳ තේරීම්කාරක සභාවේ වාර්තාව විවාදයට ගැනීමට විරෝධය පා.
අපි නියම කරා පාර්ලිමේන්තු.
The 10th and 11th have been set as Parliament dates. The Parliamentary Affairs Working Committee has the power to determine Parliament dates.
No, පාර්ලිමේන්තු දින නියම කරා.
A media briefing was convened by the Sri Lanka Freedom Party in Colombo today.
මේකට නීතියක් සම්මත කරන්න කීමෙන්
By requesting for a law to be passed for this purpose, clearly goes on to show the need to formulate new laws in place of standing orders. The request made to pass a law which does not exist indicates that there is a need for a law. A new law cannot be formulated now. This is not a time to formulate a new law for this purpose. However, the Supreme Court has requested through their determination for the required laws to be formulated in the future, while working in accordance with the precedent made by Honorable Bandaranaike when he was the Speaker of the Parliament. What did the former Chief Justice explain to media yesterday? If the statement made by the former Chief Justice Sarath N. Silva is true, if the Supreme Court, while providing this interpretation, has purposely ignored Section 107(3)(a), it is a grave mistake. It is something that the public does not expect from a Supreme Court judge. It is a serious mistake. We are saying this as a warning.
ඒක ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨාධිකරණයේ විනිසුරුවරයෙක්ගෙන් අපි රට පුරවැසියෝ බලාපොරොත්තු නොවන දෙයක්. අර ඒක බරපතල වැරද්දක්. ඒක අනුතරංග වීමක් විදිහටම අපි කියන්නට වෙනවා.
Meanwhile, a demonstration organized by the People's Movement for Democracy demanding that the impeachment motion against the Chief Justice be withdrawn was held today.
The protest march commenced at Campbell Park, Colombo at 3 o'clock this evening, where the protesters proceeded to Hyde Park. The group of protesters included political party representatives, lawyers and university lecturers. The protesters called on the government to withdraw the impeachment motion against the Chief Justice and establish democracy.
මේක දෝෂාභියෝගයක් නෙමෙයි ඊටාම ද්වේෂයෙන් ගෙනාපු ද්වේෂාභියෝගයක් මේ ද්වේෂාභියෝගයේ ආරම්භයත් අවසානයත් දෙකෙන්ම කියවෙන්නේ එකම දෙයයි.
This process clearly highlights one thing. The judiciary should be obedient or they should go home. I don't think the judges will consent to the opinion of the government anymore. There is nothing to speak of. If the judiciary says that something is illegal, that should be the end of it.
පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ හෝ අධිකරණයේ හෝ තමුන්නාන්සලා අතර මොකද අධිකරණය නීති විරෝධී කියලා යමක් කිව්වනම් ඒක එතනින් අවසන් වෙන්න ඕන.
විනිශ්චයකාරවරුන් පාලනය කිරීම වැරද්දක් කරනවා නම් විනිශ්චයකාරවරයෙක් ඒක පාලනය කරන එක අපි විරුද්ධ නැහැ.
If a judge commits a wrong, then we have no problem with taking action. However, if a wrong is committed, it should be proven by an independent committee in a transparent manner. Grant that individual an opportunity to say his side of the story as well. If this process is adhered to, then by all means remove them.
පාරාදෘශ්‍ය කාටත් පේන ආකාරයකට විනීතභාවයකින් යුක්තව පරීක්ෂණය තියන්න.
During an event held at the UNP party headquarters, Sirikota, UNP leader Ranil Wickremesinghe commented on the current state of the impeachment motion against the Chief Justice.
The Chief Justice has the right to go to courts in order to protect her rights, because legal matters are resolved in court. No court has the ability to chase away a government. That is why I do not waste my time in courts. There is no point in doing so. What eventually happened? One side said the Chief Justice could be removed legally. Another party said the legal powers of the Parliament are in violation of the Constitution. What did the Supreme Court say? They eventually said the UNP was correct. Everyone attacked the UNP, saying that we were not attending court proceedings. Why should we go? We were not requested to be present. Why did the media do this? Because then the people will forget the Divinaguma Act and other issues in the country. A function was held today to hand out memberships to new members of the United National Party under the auspices of Ranil Wickremesinghe. A large group, including senior members of the party, were present at the occasion.
Meanwhile, the president of the United Bhikkhu Front, Venerable Mithiyagoda Gunaratana Thera, says that attention has been focused on the impeachment motion both nationally and internationally.
ලංකාවේ විතරක් නෙමෙයි මුළු ලෝකෙම බලාගෙන ඉන්නවා මොකද්ද මේ වෙන්නේ කියලා.
It is not only in Sri Lanka, but the entire world is watching what is happening. It is evident that a certain group is involved in filing the case, hearing the case and delivering the verdicts. No one can say that this is surprising. In the recent past, the impeachment motion was tabled at the Parliament. Parliamentarians placed their signatures to take up the motion. However, none of them knew the charges that have been levelled.
එකම මන්ත්‍රීවරයෙක්වත් චෝදනා මොනවද කියලා දැනගෙන නෙමෙයි අත්සන් කරේ.
And up next is a look at the newspaper cartoon of the day.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa met with the founder of EARTHA, Andy Ridley, today. Now, Andy Ridley had said that President Mahinda Rajapaksa is the 15th president to celebrate EARTHA and is thereby an exemplary figure to the world. He thanked the president for his contribution to celebrate EARTHA and 2012 and commended the steps taken by Sri Lanka to prevent global warming.